Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, Little Miss Actress. I'm tired. Don't judge me. Today's video is going to be on college. Like, my tips, my experience with my college. I'm not going to say the college I went to because it's the internet, and I don't trust people, so I'm not going to do that. Maybe I will once I graduate college, but that won't be for another 4 years because of how much it costs. And yes, I did cut my hair. And I like it a lot. And no, I do not look like a boy. I actually feel more feminine with it. Just figured putting that out there before I get any comments saying you look like a boy. Even though I'm probably still going to get that. Oh well. I have these on my sister's iPod because she's letting me borrow because I left my iPod at a friend's. So I can't find mine. She's letting me use it for school. Because one thing you're going to need is something to listen to music. Because if you're like me and take the bus, you need something to get you through that hour besides a book. Which I'm luckily able to read some in college because I take the bus for an hour, so I can read. And I'm currently reading Blood Right by Jim Butcher, Dresden Files. Book 6? Yeah, 6, I think. Yeah, it's 6 because the next one is the zombies that I couldn't find, which makes me sad. So let's get started. Education is a big part of college. That's why you're going to college. And yes, you're going to college for the experience and everything, but the big majority is you want your education. You want the degree. Right now, my experience with it is I've learned a few things, but I feel as if I'm not getting my money's worth. But I think that's mostly because it's, alright, you're taking this and this and this, because you're required to take so many prerequisites, and none of them have really had anything to do with my major. Which one of my friends said, some of your prerequisites are going to be useful towards your career, and other people have told me this too, but right now none of my prereqs are useful towards my degree. I've taken a few classes that are for my degree, but not much. And I'm not counting the prereqs I need for my degree. I'm counting like actual English classes, which I'm going to be a journalist, not a teacher. You can go on ratemyprofessor.com to see your professors before you schedule to see, okay, is this professor good? Is this professor good? Is this a good class? Anything like that. And I've actually used it to see what my future professors would be like. And I didn't think the site was real, but it's real. Because I saw it on like TV shows and I was like, that's not real. Yeah, that was creepy. But the cost of college can be ridiculous. I wanted to go to a different college actually, that is a really good college for journalism, but I'd have to live there for 2 years, and counting housing, tuition, and everything like that, it would cost me $20,000 a year. My college should only cost me $10,000 a year. Actually, not even 10,000, maybe 7,000, 8,000. That sounds about right. But I can barely afford that because I don't get grants. You do have to work a lot harder than you did in high school. Not doing the readings or anything like that's not going to get you by. If you miss a reading, you typically are okay, but you do need to make sure you read it the next day. And don't try to miss classes. If you miss a class, if you're really sick like I was for a while, I missed a lot of classes because I was so sick, and the weather was really bad here because I live in Ohio and we had some really bad winters, so I missed a few classes this semester because the weather was so bad I couldn't get out of the house. I was stuck here one day because the whole weekend it was level 2, so I couldn't go to class on the Monday. Your professors are going to vary on how well they teach, how well you like them. And every college, I hope, has a way for you to get tutoring. or make friends in college. One of my friends told me this when I was just getting to know him. They told me that friends can be a lifesaver in college. And they can, but I'm not good at making friends. Because in my experience, my friends, at least from high school, I haven't heard back from any of them, despite how hard I've tried to talk to them. So that's always fun. But it happens. Friendships die. Friendships end. Sounds bad saying friendships die. But it does. And you make new friends. I've made quite a few friends this year. I've made a lot of friends, and they're all nerdy gamers. Pretty much all of them. Friends, like I've already been talking about. It is easier to find people that have interest in you in college because everybody's like, do what you want. We don't care. They're more concerned about themselves than they are of you. Not to say that people don't care about you or anything like that, but nobody's going to care if you like video games or if you like... I'm trying to think what other things. If you like something, there's bound to be one person at school in college that likes the same thing you do. Because it's a big world out there, and if you like it, I'm sure someone else does. And I am going to actually talk right now about dating in college, which I probably should not talk about because I've only dated one person in college. And that didn't work. And I'm not going to go into details about that because, well, between me and him, not anybody else really. Dating's actually harder in college, at least for me. Well, it's harder, yeah, it's easier. I've gotten hit on a lot in college. Never by guys my age, or close to my age. I don't mind dating older, but the guys that have hit on me are like 30s. That's very weird. But unlike high school, there's no thing that's like, I know this person is single for a fact. Oh, this person's in a relationship. Better stay away, or just be friends with the guy. It is hard. I'll give a little example of something that's happened to me when I've dated. Well, not dated, but asked a guy for his number. I went and talked to the guy and said, hey, do you want to exchange numbers? And I remember his name and his major and everything. Because that's how my memory works. It's very vivid and it's very clear. Unless I put something somewhere, then I have no idea where I put it. Or if it comes to an exam. Then it's like, nope. But I never got a text back from him, even though I texted him. So I'm like, if he doesn't want to talk to me, it's not my problem. I don't know the guy well enough to fall for him, and it was more of a, I don't know how to explain it. It was more kind of like, oh, you're cute, but I don't know if I like you, so let's get to know each other. But I feel really heartbroken. It's one of those weird, complicated things. You will find someone in college if you try. I mean, I got set up, which was interesting. And I'm not going to go into details about that, like I said. But it is kind of fun because in college there's so many different options, and everybody's more open about what they're interested in and who they want to be with. And I've been told this by people that I'm 19. I don't know what I want, which I guess I understand to an extent, but I have a pretty good idea of what I want. And also, let's talk about books in college. Never, if you can, buy your textbooks. And try to avoid getting from your college store. because they will overcharge you. Most of the money will go to your college and the publisher anyway. The authors see very little. I believe typically they only see a 5% revenue, I believe is what it's called. And that's if they're lucky and they get that much. Typically it's 1%, maybe even less. And you can find the books for cheap on Amazon, eBay, slugbooks.com can find it too. Deals, I believe, .com. I believe that's the site. I know that it is something like that, but I don't remember. Don't buy from your school because they're going to overcharge you. My math textbook, if I bought it through my college, would cost me $200 because they do not rent out the textbooks. And also rent if you can, even if it's through Amazon. But I'm never going to use this textbook again. I ended up buying it through Amazon because I gave the money to my mom. I said, please buy this online for me because I don't have a card to purchase online. So, she bought it, despite the fact that there was a rent button, but she couldn't find it, which is frustrating. But it was significantly cheaper than if I bought it through campus. Trying to think what else. Oh. College is your experience. It's what you make it. It is hard. It's a lot of work. But it can be exciting and it can be nerve-wracking all at the same time. I've had a lot of tough things this year. But I've grown a lot. Luckily, I'm not the same person I was last year because I was really broken. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm still kind of broken, but not because of what I've had happen in my past. I did a bullying video, if you guys want to see that, but I know now that I'm working my butt off to do the things I want with my life. And I'm not gonna let them stop me, which is lucky. And I want you guys to know, if you were bullied or if you've had difficulty and you don't think you're good enough for college, you are. And it is nerve-wracking. It is anxiety. It drives your anxiety ridiculously high. But there are people you can talk to, and you can make friends. Your past and anything that anyone has ever told you negative about you is not real. Like being told, I was told I was worthless. I was told I would never get anywhere in life with my beliefs. I shouldn't tell guys I date what I believe in and everything, but I told people what I believe in, and it's been accepting, and I'm in college now. And I'm working hard on my major, and I'm doing better. And just so you guys know, you can do this. But be prepared to want to pull your hair out some days. But if it's not hard, you're not. If it's not hard, it's not worth it. You're not doing what's right for you in life. If you're not questioning it, if you're not wondering if you're wondering if you're good enough for college, realize you are. Come on, you can deal without a nap during school. You know it's very difficult, and also a benefit of college, you can actually nap between classes, because I fell asleep in a coffee house. It's not really a coffee house, but it's called coffee house in my school. This was during finals week last semester. I was tired, I was drained because certain things had popped up in my family life, and I fell asleep on a bench. I was curled up under my coat. So in college, you can take naps, technically. And if you guys want me to do any videos on college, I'm hiccuping and like burping at the same time. If you guys want me to do any videos on college, just let me know. And I hope you guys have a great experience with college. And if you don't go to college, that's fine. It's your choice. It's your life. You don't let anybody else dictate what you do. Just do what feels right. Bye, guys. Love you, and keep watching movies. I never know how to end these, so bye.